Welcome to another episode of Rap in Order. I'm First Class Reg.
And I'm Taurian B.
We back.
Yes, baby.
How we feeling today?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Excited for this episode because this album is an album that I remember buying it. Like I got it because like I was trying to when I was younger, I bought this album because I was trying to become more adult-like, and I felt like backpacking niggas and conscious rappers were like very like I looked at them like mature, evolved adults. So I bought this project. I bought this. I really love the song "You Got Me," so I bought the album.
I usually try to tease the album that we're getting into, but there's no need for that. Album we're getting into today is The Roots, Things Fall Apart.
Yeah, sorry about that. I see how excited I am.
Order in the court.
1999. The shiny suit era is running the charts. Club records are dominating radio. Everybody wants hits, hooks, and champagne in their videos. Somewhere in Philadelphia, a band with live instruments is quietly building something different.
No gimmicks, no flashy dance records, just bars, soul samples, and a drummer who sounds like he's arguing with the beat.
The Roots weren't trying to make party music. They were making thinking music.
But here's the question.
Did Things Fall Apart help usher conscious rap into the mainstream? Or was it just the perfect album at the perfect moment?
Because after this record dropped, suddenly you start seeing artists like Mos Def, Talib, Common, and others getting real attention.
And The Roots gave the world You Got Me, a Grammy-winning record about love, loyalty, and the struggle of life on the road.
Not exactly your typical radio formula in 1999.
So today, we're putting this album under investigation. Was Things Fall Apart the moment conscious rap broke into the mainstream? Or is its legacy bigger now than it was then?
Court is now in session.
Welcome to Rap in Order.
So this dropped in 99, which was a crazy time for hip hop. I think a lot of really pivotal albums came out around that time. 98 being considered the golden era of hip hop, right? And 99 just kind of kept that flow going. I mean, you had this, you had what other major rappers dropped in 99? Let's pull them up. Let's see.
99. I know that we got that Nas album.
Oh, was that Nostradamus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Nostradamus. Let's go to Nasty to Escobar. Now he is Nostradamus.
So you had Eminem's debut in 99.
You had
the Slim Shady LP. You had 3 6 Mafia dropped. You had the Harlem World official.
Yeah, the Harlem World collab
album.
Yeah, collab album.
Oh wow, Wu-Tang dropped that year. You had it was I Am.
Oh, I Am?
I Am dropped in 99, yeah.
Okay.
Which was still
Right.
I Am is solid. I Am was a good album.
BG dropped Chopper City in the Ghetto.
Yeah, you had Ja Rule's debut that year.
Okay. Ja Rule's debut. Slick Rick made his comeback album, The Art of Storytelling. I bought that album as well.
Missy's second album dropped that year.
Speaking of second albums, also Foxy Brown.
China Doll, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, China Doll.
I'm remembering the albums that I bought. I bought a lot of albums that year.
China Doll dropped at the top of that year.
Yeah, man.
But
My allowance money was going out there.
Shit, Black on Both Sides came out that year. Mos Def album. It was a lot. MF Doom, Operation Doomsday. So there was a lot in that scope. Especially for Things Fall Apart. And like you mentioned, the You Got Me single was a really big song for them. I think at that time, I wasn't really all the way up on the Roots yet, but that was a big song. You know, Eve was a big artist at the time. You know, like coming out, like her debut was that year, I want to say. The First Lady. So hearing You Got Me, and even fast forward to now, just a couple weeks ago, she just got an honorary like Grammy for You Got Me.
She finally got it because she didn't get her credit. And it's always interesting to like hear stories like that. Because you'll be like, damn, man, like Questlove is an asshole or something like that. But then you like find out that like it's kind of like conversations that just aren't had, like, because like one person might feel like awkward, like even like asking, they just hope that the other person remembers to do it. But then you'll find out like Questlove thought that all of that was already handled.
And they dropped the ball.
Yeah, the ball was just dropped and they just never got addressed. Even though like they've been around each other like multiple times.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and like they're both very successful people. So it's not like Eve is like hurting for that money, but it's just that like she's an integral part of the album.
Right.
Of the song, I mean.
The song, yeah. She has a whole rap part, and was she even in the video?
No.
Yeah, she wasn't in the video.
No. Right. But okay. So obviously I jumped the gun, but I have some stuff I want to talk to you about before we start the album.
Yeah.
Before we start the episode, right? So there's no secret. Me and Reg, we were born in 1986. We're both 39 years old, going on 40. I wanted to talk to Reg about how do you consume music now? Do you like how do you discover new music now if you even try to?
So like we always talk about the duality of like of us of like you listen to a lot of the older songs and you're more tapped into like the songs that we literally like were born when they came out. You're more tapped into that, because of your mom and everything. And then for me, I listen to a little bit of everything. So like for new music, it's harder now than it was back then because it's not advertised to us in the same way. You gotta like literally probably follow these niggas already on social media, or you do what I do and you just dig through the DSPs to see what came out. And if it catches my eye, like album cover wise or whatever, then I'll give it a listen. So I'll do it that way.
Okay. So for me, it's usually my little brother Thomas that'll tell me about an artist that he really messed with. And then I'll go and check it out. Or like at my job where I'm a doorman, like I have tenants that like it's funny because like they're these white kids, but they'll tell me about music that they fucking with, and like they'll be really tapped in. I'll be like, yo, you listening to this? And that's pretty much how like I'll learn about like new artists. And I'm talking about like really young, like these artists are 19 years old and stuff. So I'm just like, it's not for me. But yeah, like that's how I learn about like newer artists. Like obviously like new music, if it's an artist I'm already tapped into, I already know what they're putting out. But like new artists, like that's how I learn about new music is through younger people in my life.
Yeah, I try to give that type of grace and that type of responsibility to my little cousins, but they be dropping the ball because my one of my little cousins, I try to have that relationship with him, and he listens to a lot of UK rap. So
oh shit,
yeah, he listens to a lot of UK Central C, and Dave, and anytime he comes over, he puts it on, and he's like, "Yo, you don't know real rap," and I'm like, "Yo, shut up! Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, what do you mean I don't know real rap?" And then put on UK rappers. Like, what do you mean? But there's some that I like. I'm not shitting on UK rap, but there's some that I like, but it's not my general scope of rap. You know?
The only UK rapper that I listen to, like actually, and I'm an actual fan of Skepta.
I like Skepta. I don't think...
I'm lying, Skepta and Stormzy.
Stormzy's good too. And I like Central C. And I like Dave. There's some of them that I do like.
You want to know what? Because his name is just Dave, I don't fuck with it.
Yeah, so like it's I can't just type that in and you pop up. Mad Daves is popping up if I type that in. But yeah, that's generally my way that I try to dissect and get into some new music.
Okay. All right. So let's keep this going. How would you make MTV relevant again?
Interesting. Okay. So the way you have to change what we know about it completely, right? So what we know about it from our era is music videos, and that's just not a thing anymore. So you would have to play into social media and like get hosts of the times that are in it, like Drewski, get them to like do like a weekly show. Like if we want to base it around music, maybe some type of short form content that recognizes what these upcoming stars are doing, interviewing them. If you still want it to be interview format, interviewing these up and coming stars, and go like I wouldn't think much of like the TRL route with Carson Daly. I would think more of like in the realm of what bring it back to what Bill Bellamy did.
Okay.
And just interview people of the time, like have an interview show.
Yeah, I would probably have Klass at spearheaded. Like I would make him like the main VJ.
He's in a weird space right now.
I mean, yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, if I had the power to do that, obviously I got the money, so that he would get out of that weird space with the money out there. So Klass would be at the forefront of it, and like I probably would bring back like a TRL, and then try to figure out how to incorporate social media into that. With TRL, because before with TRL it was all about calling in. So now it's just like, all right, cool. Like, you know, it would just be on like Twitter or Threads and things like that where people can vote, and probably just do like a lot of like lives and stuff like that. But like there will be ways like I would incorporate it. Like also like I guess like maybe like doing like a live action like Beavis and Butthead kind of style thing, where like people are actually like watching the videos and like people can watch because my old ass, what I realize is that like there is a generation of kids that like to watch people watching shit or like unboxing shit. So I'm just like, all right, cool. Like you have all these like influencers online and all these people that do things. So there's like it girls and it people or whatever like that. You can have somebody like a Yachty or like a Caribou like that, like a like the tastemakers of like who people like look up to and like love and shit like that, be on MTV and then introducing this new artist's new video, or like having them on a show where like people like talk or whatever like that. Like bring like reality television is one of the biggest things ever, right? Like, but center around music. Like I just feel like for MTV, like a lot of like Teen Mom and stuff like that they do, because like we thought MTV was leaving, but then come to find out MTV still comes on in America. It's just that they don't play videos, but in other countries MTV is like defunct.
Yeah, they just moved away from it.
Right. So I just think that like I think they just gave up, and I think all they had to do was just find the new VJs and like hire them and stop them from being on their own YouTube channel. I mean, on their own YouTube and TikToks and what's the name of all the other Twitch and all that shit. Like, and just bring them on MTV and just spend the fucking money.
Yeah, and make their career choices a moment.
Yeah,
because they're all what's happening now is YouTube, like right. So people are going directly to these people, but people are putting videos out and there's no like fan lore around it. Like, you know about it if you're interested in the artist.
Right.
But if you have a show that focuses on what this artist is coming out with and makes it important and makes it a moment, because you just throw it into the abyss on YouTube, unless you're interested, then you won't come across it.
I'm like, I really think that like they said like that shit is dead. I think they just stopped caring because I don't know why, but I feel like when I was a kid going to Times Square and like seeing when TRL was being filmed and shit like that, that meant something to me. And I think that still does. Like, and I'm not saying that from my old place. Like, I'm telling you, I think it would still work. Do you know that Thomas had no idea that like at the concept of like TRL and 106 and Park?
He didn't know about it?
No, he didn't. Like he how could he? Like, you know, but it was funny, like when him watching it, he was like, why did they stop doing this? Like, and I was like,
I was walking.
You will watch that? And he was like, yeah. And then he told, cause you know, he's in college now, he's in his freshman year at Morehouse, whoop whoop. And he like showed his boys, and they was like, man, we don't never get the good shit. Y'all got everything. I'm like, nigga, like, it's y'all fault. Why y'all don't have this shit no more?
Yeah, y'all don't. They had to, you know, kind of just move in the direction that the world is moving now. Niggas is on their phones. Everybody tailors their experience on the go.
Right.
You know, everybody's on the go. So like tuning into stuff like that, it's just the way that we watch TV. All of that shit is so different now. Yeah, it would live online for sure.
Right.
I don't know what kind of lived in experience it will be. And niggas already hate 42nd as is. I mean, I walked past 42nd the other day because I had a friend in town, and I walked through the city with her because she wanted to go to 42nd. And we looked over there, and I was like, yo, that's where TRL was. And she was like, for real? Like, damn.
It's still
and I was just looking at the window of like, you know, and I took me back to like being in Detroit and watching TRL and seeing all those people outside of the window.
It freaking matters, man.
Yeah, that was a moment, and I wasn't even here for it. So yeah, I mean, this generation needs something like that. That's interactive. That's another thing too. Niggas don't go outside. These kids don't go outside.
Yeah, bro, I don't know, man. We gotta fix that. Mav gonna be outside.
Yeah, they don't go and have in-person experiences no more.
Yeah, he will. He gonna hate me, bro. My dad makes me go everywhere. But anyway, next thing I wanted to talk to you about, I just wanted to ask you a genuine question. Do you think that Mace the rapper is overrated or underrated with how his career is remembered?
You know, at one point I did used to think that he was overrated. I think we
Wow.
had this conversation before, but no. I think he's underrated because people forget what he did. I think they just remember the big singles and shit. But Harlem World, outside of just Harlem World, you had the features, you had the style. Like his style is still, you know, being like copied to this
It
day.
is.
You know, and I think people are getting more of his personality thanks to like his show with Cam. Yeah, he's very underrated. And his impact off of that one album, because we don't really count Double Up or the Welcome Back album, but his impact from that album alone was crazy.
Yeah.
He wrote for a lot of people back then. I think people forget and people take him to be just like as this flashy rapper of that time, and they don't unpack his lyrics.
I agree with you. I think that Mace is like severely underrated. I think that to be 20 years old and then to be told, hey, the biggest rapper in the world just died and like this label is counting on you, and then to deliver, and then to actually like be next to like the biggest, like, you know, Puff, it was like the biggest thing, like smoking, and like basically help mold his career and like be the face of that for like 2 years. And think about it, like Jay-Z don't care about rappers unless like you're a threat. And the fact that like him and Jay-Z had their back and forth like shows you right there that like he was somebody like worth caring about. Like if Mace wasn't a threat, then Jay-Z wouldn't have been throwing shots at him. Like that's just the truth. Right. So I just think that like Mace, what he did in the time frame that he did it, like he pretty much like laid the blueprint for a rapper like Drake.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like he laid down a blueprint for that. Like he followed the blueprint of like a LL Cool J, and like he took it further, and then he even like
for Fab.
Right, yeah, he blueprint for Fab, right, Loon, and a lot of people don't understand that like he was at one point he was the biggest rapper in the world. Like as far as like rappers, like obviously Pac and Biggie, they were gone. I'm talking about like alive, like walking on two legs, walking the streets. This is before Eminem, ladies and gentlemen, and before DMX. Like he had like a sweet spot where he was the biggest rapper in the world, and then DMX came out, and then, you know, Eminem, and then things kept going, and he retired. But like at one point, Mace was the best thing smoking, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all could give me names. I'm talking about he like, I don't know if it was 8 months. It was a good solid 8 months where nobody was touching Mace, bro.
Yeah, it was.
So
I would love to see, you know, if he kept going on that trajectory and how it would have turned out.
Right, the head to head with him and Jay-Z and everything like that. Yeah, I think he got so much so early. Think about it. He was 20 years old. Like he was a kid, and like he got all his fame, and he was everywhere and everything like that. So, you know, I just want to talk about this because, you know, it's like in the news cycle, like, you know, with Charlemagne not putting him as one of the top 5 lyricists of Bad Boy. And it just made me think.
Well, who did he name?
He named Biggie, Jadakiss, Black Rob, Sheik. Like he pretty much named like he was just pulling names out of a hat. He was like, who else is in there? Craig Mack? Like he was just naming niggas, bro.
Hey, man, no disrespect to Sheik.
Yeah, no disrespect to Sheik, but it was funny. Like, come on, bro. Like, how you naming Mark Curry before Mace? Like, what did Mace do to you?
That's crazy. Just because you don't like the nigga, like, I get it.
Yeah, bro. It's obvious that you have a vendetta against him, bro. Like, you shouldn't hide it no more, bro. You should be honest about it. You should be upfront about your disdain for that man.
It's only right.
But yes, that was, you know, what that was about. And yeah, I'm glad to know that you don't think that he's overrated.
Oh, and just to go back, my bad. Nostradamus did come out that year. I didn't.
Right? It was Nostradamus and I Am.
Yeah,
he dropped 2 albums
the same year.
I bought both of those albums.
Yeah, they came out the same year.
Yeah,
and DMX came out that year too.
Okay. Wow. All right. Real quick, what do you think is taking Drake so long with his Iceman album?
I think Drake is just it's interesting, man, because during this time period, this down period for Drake, I've been going back and listening to a lot of Drake. I even went back to the Some Sexy Songs for You album.
Okay.
Because I feel like I just wasn't ready to listen to him at that time. Call it like bias at the time or not. But it's a pretty good album. I think with this album, he knows he got to take his time. I don't know if he feels the pressure or what, but he knows that people waiting, and it's gonna be a successful album because people want to hear what he has to say.
Right. This album is probably going to be like maybe like his like third or second best selling album. I think just because of the anticipation.
Yeah, because I mean, we see what Scorpion did after that beef.
Mm-hmm.
We see what Views did after that beef. So like, yeah, he's already in position to break records number wise. I just think that he's in an interesting spot right now. I think he's trying to get the perfect storm. You know, I think he tried a couple things that didn't really land the way he wanted them to. Like he had the single with Central C, which was okay, but it didn't stay around.
Yeah, I thought that was going to pop.
And then before that, he had the other one. Let's go. I forget the name of that shit.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Off the Sexy Songs for You album, right?
Nah, it was I don't care who like me. Something, whatever.
Okay, yeah. I probably ignored that song. I thought you were talking about the song that he had with Party Next Door.
Nah, I forget the name of the song, but he came out with another one. It came out after that whole session that remember how he's been having the Iceman episodes?
Mm-hmm.
It came out during that. And then it kind of just came and went. It did what it had to do, and then he just didn't do nothing else. I think he's been trying to just get one that will stick before he comes out with the rollout.
All right.
Man.
Okay. Cool. And before we get back into the Roots project, I wanted to talk to you about this. Do you have like something like your like favorite like underground albums? And I'll make it easier for you because it's for some people like they have different definitions of what's underground. So like underground would be like anything that's not on like a major label. So mixtape, obviously indie albums, like it's just not on a major. That's pretty much the meat potatoes of it.
Okay. So like just released independently, maybe mixtape, you said?
Yeah, maybe mixtape. Like if it's a mixtape project, like if you think that is that good, but like it's like what's your favorite? So it's not something that like you like have to, but like, and I'm not going to give like a number that you have to list, but like what comes to mind as far as some of your favorite?
I think of Rob Marcy,
Okay.
The Elephant Man's Bones.
That is a good fucking album.
Was a really good one. I'm just going off of like what I think of off of it. I don't know if Freddie Gibbs Pinata counts.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
A lot of those Freddie Gibbs projects with Alchemist count.
Gibbs Pinata, Gibbs Bandana.
Yeah.
You got what's the junk now? Shit. There's some Currency, Gibbs and Alchemist Fetty.
That's a good one too. And that one has like a lot of lore behind it because we know like what happened, right?
Which is fucked up because I mean Freddie got mad because
I see both
Currency
sides.
didn't promote it.
I see both sides.
Yeah, but also it's like, bro,
it's Currency.
Exactly. That's what he does. He didn't do this just for this. He didn't isolate this project and do that. That's what he does.
It's Currency.
The Keep Going tape from Larry June.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that you didn't like Larry wasn't like the first. I get it. Like I don't know if I put you on the spot, but like, there's one project that I'm very shocked that you didn't mention.
What's that?
Donuts.
Oh yeah. Donuts, absolutely.
Right. So
Donuts is on.
So for me, like, and this is I'm cheating, ladies and gentlemen. I want to be clear about that. But Reasonable Doubt.
Okay.
Reasonable Doubt is one of my favorite underground albums. That's an underground album. It's just that Jay-Z became one of the biggest rap stars in the world.
It just so happens.
Right? Mad Villainy is one of my favorite projects, right? Because like it's Madlib, MF Doom, and it's something that was introduced to me by like our friend Eli. And I've grown to really, really enjoy that album. When I went to LA 2 years ago, my little brother he just wanted to listen to that shit. While we was in LA.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we listened to it a lot, and it just kind of made me like I listened to it with no critical thinking, just vibing, just driving around and shit. And I'm like, oh shit, So Nipsey Hussle's Bullets Don't Have No Name is another project that like I really, really, really enjoy. It's let me see. I got a few more that I can list off or whatever. Oh, Blue and Exiles Below the Heavens.
Oh yeah.
Like that's really my shit.
That's a good one.
Rock Marciano's Reloaded and The Minstrel Show by Little Brother. That was
The Minstrel Show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Tanner Talk 3 by Benny the Butcher. Butcher coming, nigga.
Yeah, those some good ones.
Yeah, man. You know, let me see. Do I have anything else that I want to mention? You already said Pinata.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's for the most part. Like that's it. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. Like, oh, you want to know who you didn't mention? Matt Kami.
Oh, Matt Kami. Yeah, Made in Haiti. Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
Yeah, bro. Like, there's some ones, you know, out there, like, you know, that really
Wonder what he's up to, man. I haven't heard anything new from him in a little bit.
You know, he's chilling, bro.
Yeah. And he does everything on his own terms.
Yeah, that's
super independent.
Yeah, man. So, you know, but with that being said, we can get into the episode. Like, I just wanted to, you know, chop it up with you, ask you some quick fire questions.
Let's get into it, man. So, like we said at the top of this episode, we didn't waste any time on like the album that we're jumping into today, which is Things Fall Apart by Roots. It's the breakthrough masterpiece, jazz infused live hip hop, conscious rap. You know, it burst into mainstream thanks to the success of You Got Me, which features Erykah Badu and Eve. The album recording sessions took place at Electric Lady during like 97 and 98 for this album.
The Soulquarian sessions.
The Soulquarian time frame that house sessions for D'Angelo recording Voodoo. Rest in peace to D'Angelo. Baduism was recorded in this time frame, and Common's One Day It'll All Make Sense. What a crazy like run, right? Things Fall Apart was also nominated for the Grammy Award for Best Rap Album, but it lost that year to Eminem to Slim Shady LP, of course. You know, another monstrous debut. Yeah. So you already talked about like your experience with this album. And in that time frame, was it in your lineup of like all these albums that we listed?
It was. And so here's the funny thing. So as I've also talked about, you know, I have an older cousin, Ashana Ayers. So I got to go to Electric Lady Studios. I didn't realize it at the time that like I don't think I was there for a root session, but I got to go there during this time frame while Ghostface Killah was recording Supreme Clientele.
Oh shit.
And I didn't know what was going on because it was like work purposes for her or whatever like that. But like the fact that I got to like be in Electric Lady Studios as a kid and like see that shit. And it's like, she told me this after the fact, like when we talked about it, like, yeah, that was Electric Lady Studios. And I was
like, I was just there.
I was there.
I would have consumed that space a lot different.
Like I didn't know. Like I was just with her for the day or whatever like that, right? So, you know, hearing that and then like knowing like, okay, like this is where like everything is happening. Like obviously we know, okay, Electric Lady Studios, like this is Jimi Hendrix, like, you know, like, and the thing about all the sessions, the ghosts that are in this fucking studio, I was like, yeah, it's a lot to take in. But you know, I wrote something down. I wrote Electric Lady Studios was basically a creative laboratory. Neo soul, jazz, hip hop, and future legends all bumping into each other, just creating magic and like helping each other, like on some like community shit. Like, yo, you know, oh shit, you need this, or you should say that. Like, that's fucking dope.
Yeah. Wow. So I had some like fun facts about this album. Funny enough, so the album title comes from an author by the name of Chinua Achebe. Okay. Which, funny enough, literally, my Uncle Jack is here visiting from Cameroon. I think he leaves today, but I was just with him the other day, and he was just talking to me about books that he's reading right now. And he was like, you have to read Things Fall Apart. Literally, this was like 2 days ago.
Wow.
Talking about this. He's like, you have to read that. But that novel, it's a novel that came out in 1958. It's a book about colonialism. Okay. Cultural Collapse and Identity. And this album is directly named after that novel.
No, that's good to know.
The roots of framing the album as Black America as at a breaking point, socially and internally, high level reference, but grounded with the execution that they did. Yeah. So him even naming that, I was like, oh shit. So like I wrote him down, the author, he died, I want to say in 2013. He died in the States.
Okay.
But he's from Nigeria. And my uncle was just talking about all the books that he has that he's like really into. So he had me literally write down, let me see here. I have it. Yeah, literally here. He had me go read some of his stuff that he has. So like Things Fall Apart. He had another book called Arrow of God, No Longer at Ease. So literally topic of conversation the other day. So that's funny. But and then this album also made Questlove like that dude.
Of course it did, yeah.
Like we know Quest to be, the famed drummer and everything like that he is today. But before that, with this album, he was respected, but this kind of just took him up a notch.
Took him up a notch.
Yeah.
I get that. It's interesting because the other day I saw that Raphael Sadiq came out and said that like neo soul was a thing that was created by record executives to like basically like
compartmentalize them.
Yeah, compartmentalize them because like they couldn't get like boy band money and shit like that, even though they was 10 times more talented because they could play all instruments, like they were more musically inclined, but like pretty much they like pigeonholed them. And I never realized it because I always looked at neo soul as something like prideful, but like Raphael Sadiq basically said like, no, like I couldn't do any, and it's true. Raphael Sadiq could do any genre. He can do rock, he can do pop, like music, he can do R&B, he can do soul, he can do blues, like he can do country. So I never thought about it like that. Like, oh shit, like damn, like they're taking something away from these musicians, pigeonholing them and saying, oh yeah, these are the people, that wear sandals and don't wear deodorant, and the women have hairy armpits and shit. Like that's kind of like what people think about neo. So they light incense everywhere they go and shit like that.
And generally, I think it made the public categorize these albums like that. Like we're thinking of it as a term of endearment, right?
Yeah, that's right. Like yeah,
Common. You think about like people. You think of Common, you think of Mos Def, you think of Talib, you think of Erykah Badu, you think of all these artists that are like very conscious with their messaging. And D'Angelo has said plenty times that he doesn't like the term neo soul. He never expounded on it like how Raphael Sadiq did.
And that's why I never understood why he said it until Raphael. When Raphael explained it, I was like, oh.
It's like just their way of like being like, yeah, we're going to put you in this box of like the kind of music y'all do, because y'all have limitations of like how the type of people you could reach.
There's no doubt in my mind that Raphael Sadiq could have wrote a song for NSYNC. And NSYNC would have loved to have sang a song written by him.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, so this album, getting back into it here, it kicks off with Act 1, Things Fall Apart, which sets the tone of like the chaos, the self-proof and the competition, everything that the Roots bases their art on. What did you think of this one?
It kind of, like it sets the thesis with a film excerpt. We're talking culture and not just bars. And I thought that was pretty significant to like open the project with.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I think they are very, very like impactful with their messaging
and intentional.
So it was the perfect lead into Table of Contents parts 1 and 2 in one song.
Right. That kind of like showed me like, okay, this was like them showing like their chemistry as like a band. And that's what was really impressive to me is like, yo, this is a band. Like, and I wonder like because when I was a kid and like I saw them, like it never occurred to me like, oh shit, like they could be like it never occurred to me that like hip hop could have live instrumentation.
Yeah.
Like I never thought about it.
Yeah.
Like it's not something. I'm not gonna say I didn't know, but I just didn't think about it. Like I'm like, okay, you got a DJ, you sample beats or whatever like that. Like like you have like all these numbers and shit.
I think in a way we kind of compartmentalize that sound.
Right.
Because like up until a point like this, we thought about shit like that as like just jazz.
Right.
You just do shit like that with jazz music.
It was like I can't explain it, but up until like a certain point, like when the roots became like prominent to me, I just never thought about hip hop and live bands. Like that just like that was like something that I just didn't connect. Mind you, like I have family from DC, so go-go was like a very like big thing with my family members. Like my cousins like love go-go music, so like they loved how go-go would like remix or interpolate rap songs.
Yeah.
But I never connected it.
You fast forward to maybe 2-3 years after this, and you get a series like MTV Unplugged.
Yeah.
Where it shows us that on the regular, which Questlove is directly aligned with.
Right. He is. And like, yo, okay, so even better. LL Cool J's MTV Unplugged is like a core memory for me because like I remember like performing like, well, watching it with my dad and like me and my dad getting hyped when Mama Said Knock You Out came on and like, you know, with the band and shit like that. But it seemed like that was something like special, like that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So like I experienced it together and it was like one of the most fun, like truthfully, I can say that and not get emotional. That's probably the funnest moment I've ever had with my dad. Performing Mama Said Knock You Out with him and like we were just being like big kids. My dad was probably fucking 23 or whatever like that, and I was a little kid. So like we performed that song together, like we just had a good time, like because I knew all the words to the song, and he knew the words. So thinking about that, like oh shit, like I thought that was something that was like special. Like oh shit, LL Cool J is performing with a live band. That was like something that like you're not supposed to do. It was just like a cool thing.
Yeah, just cool because it just wasn't. It was unorthodox at the time. You didn't see shit like that, and then you had even getting back to your original question of like how to make MTV cool again, like you see how a Tiny Desk is like a thing now. Like if MTV did some shit like that, like
bro,
they just get back to that. If they go as far as to just show people that they did it first and just relaunch Unplugged.
You're 100% right.
Yeah. If they don't have to change the name.
Yo, there's certain shit that they can just do. I feel like Unplugged, MTV Cribs,
Life and Rhymes.
Life and Rhymes. Like there's so many things that they could do.
Diary.
Yeah.
just unload the truck again.
That
if
they just did it like nigga, you started this. Yeah. Why is it so hard for you to like understand?
That's really all they have to do, and it would live on social media. Just chop up clips and be like, "Oh, watch now," and watch the full thing.
I agree with you, brother.
That's all they have to do, actually.
Agreed.
It's not even about TRL. It's about like the content, the back catalog that they have that we can explore. But yeah, getting back into this album, the next movement features Jazzy Jeff. Lot of Philly on this.
Yeah. Which is cool as shit. Like think about that, right? Like Jazzy Jeff is like renowned as probably the greatest DJ alive. Like, and I'll say that now because R.I.P. Clark Kent. Like for me, like Clark Kent was end all be all. But like Jazzy Jeff, arguably, you had Jazzy Jeff, Grandmaster Flash, what is his name from Boogie Down Productions? Homeboy that with the hat that was doing the lockdown during COVID.
D Nice.
Yeah, D Nice. Yeah. You got D Nice, right? Like those DJs. But like Jazzy Jeff, probably most people would say is probably the best DJ alive, right?
Jazzy Jeff got errors on him, man.
Right, exactly.
His errors.
So that's what I'm saying. Like like right now, like with Clark going, in my opinion, you got it's Jazzy Jeff, right, as the best DJ alive. Some people might say Grandmaster Flash, right? But this is dope that he's on there doing like the scratches and like he's listed like as like an artist and shit like that. I think that's fucking fire.
That's fucking amazing. And then you got Step Into the Realm, which is also a highlight on here. I mean,
it's honestly, Step Into the Realm is a highlight, and Step Into the Realm is just like one of those fucking songs that kind of like it's like a pivotal song. Like that was like a song that like you kind of. I'm mad. I used to know the words to that Step Into the Realm.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And like as time progressed, as I got older, like I kind of I can rap it if it's playing, but like I used to know the raps without the music.
Okay, yeah, no, Step Into the Realm is a special one too. I had something else here. Let me see.
It definitely felt like Step Into the Realm. Definitely felt like some like end of the world shit, like the end of the millennium. Because remember, this is 99. Y2K, all that shit. So
Yeah. So I think around this time, it is noted that that Malik B was dealing with substance abuse.
mhm,
So around in this era, so like you can hear it in his voice on like songs like The Spark.
mhm.
His voice, there's tension there. Um, and I think that portion of it makes some of the music on this album more impactful because it feels more lived in and emotional. I think, what do you think the difference is between, because this isn't the first time that we heard live instrumentation, but it feels different with this, right? Like you have a Tribe Called Quest kind of toyed with that in the early 90s.
Sampled, because it is different because they sampled it. I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think that Q-Tip had a live band in the studio with him that he was
Right.
conducting.
Yeah, they sent,
The
yeah.
Roots were a fucking live band in the studio. Like, them niggas was going in the studio like how the Beatles went in the studios, like how the Rolling Stones went in the studio. Like, hey, on the drums, I need you to do this. Like, hey, or the bass, talking to the person on the bass, talking to the person on the piano. Like, they was real. They're a real band, and I
Yeah.
think that's what is so cool about them, and an element that they brought. And I think that's why, like, the Roots are gonna outlast so many of their peers,
And already have.
right? Because they, like, longevity wise, like, they kind of like don't have to like appeal. Like, they've never. I don't think that the Roots have ever really appealed to a young audience, and I think that's to their benefit.
Mm-hmm.
That they've always appealed to a more mature audience, an adult audience, and I think that's cool because in rap's a young man sport, and like the Roots never had to worry about that shit. Like, they had their audience, and like that audience kept getting older with them, and then it feels like appropriate for, like, if Barack Obama said to me, "Yo, the Roots is my favorite rap group," I wouldn't blink. I wouldn't be like, "What?" Like,
Yeah, nah,
like,
yeah.
it will make all the sense in
It
the
makes
world,
sense for Barack. Like,
right?
it'll make sense for
So
somebody like him.
somebody like age, like continuing to age, it just makes sense. But like if Barack told me that like he's a fan of Lil Baby, I'd be like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes sense, and that's something that like I truly like admire about the Roots, that they stayed true to it, because like they could have, like, Questlove could have eventually said, "Yo, like, I'm from Philly, and like I'm from the same streets as Beanie Siegel," and like he could have absolutely just said, "Yo, I'm
Yeah,
gonna make
yeah,
this street gritty album," and like sold out and like left them niggas, but he didn't, and I appreciate that.
exactly. I can appreciate that too. I had another question too, just around the Roots as a collective.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think them being the live band on Jimmy Fallon hinders them or has affected their legacy at all?
No,
Mm.
it hasn't, because I think it happened at the right time. They were very like anti-establishment, and like they had like their riff where like they dissed Biggie
Mm-hmm.
in the video and stuff like that, and they were very anti like mainstream. And I just think that like their timing was just perfect, bro. Like when they came out, like they were like the on the flip side of like how commercial rap was going, and they just steadfast. Like it just didn't hurt them. Like even them being on the Jimmy Fallon show, it still seems authentic.
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, yeah, they are a loud band. Like it's not like Questlove is up there like being Jimmy Fallon's like lap boy or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just,
They're still doing what they're known for on the
right.
show, but also they're showing a little bit of their personalities too,
Mm-hmm.
because they have a lot of segments where they do lip reads
Yeah.
from like where they do different segments from reality shows and
Yeah,
shit.
you're right.
And it's funny. It's like actually funny. It shows you their personality.
I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think it hurts. I actually think it helps them. I think it exposes them to a bigger audience. And I think that because especially Questlove, and I've had the pleasure of like hearing him multiple times, and knowing that when he DJs, pretty much like you're getting like a Questlove DJ experience, and some people hate it
Mm-hmm.
because he takes you on a like a basically a music history like time capsule.
Yeah.
And some people don't like that shit. I appreciate it though,
I
because it's just
appreciate it
like
too.
it's like, all right, that's your thing, cool. Like that's
I
cool.
think the next movement though, as a song, getting back to that with Jazzy Jeff, like is just so fucking incredible. Like it even got more eyes on it this past year or so because Kendrick kind of paid homage to it in his What video was that?
You talking about in the not
Woke up
not
looking for the broccoli. Like
damn, yeah, I know you're talking about from a song off of GNX. I just can't remember the name of the song.
Damn, what the hell is the name of the song?
TV off.
Nah, it's
not TV off?
nah, it's tell you right now. Yeah, Squabble Up.
Squabble Up. There you go.
Video. Like the video looks like the next.
I'm fucking old.
The video looks like the next movement video.
It does.
Yeah. So a lot of people, and he, Kendrick never talks about the shit that he does, but like a lot of people picked up on it being a reference point for that song.
Whoever catches the next Kendrick interview got to ask that nigga mad questions.
I know. Yeah, no cookie cutter shit. But the next movement is like a really pivotal song on this album. And then we get into Step Into the Realm. How we felt.
Step Into the Realm, like that's my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a gritty song. Like, the album, I feel like the album begins from there, like kind of like start, like goes from there. Like the album, like that song carries the rest of the album. Sets the tone.
And then you got a few other, like, you got Mos Def on this album.
Right.
Who like really matches Black Thought's energy on here. Like for real, and there's not that many rappers that can do that. Black Thought is like a fucking.
I always wonder, like, if I always wonder what, like, if Mos Def sold out, because like like Mos Def is like started out like as an actor, and like like they were trying to, well, he was trying to like cross over into mainstream and stuff like that. I always wonder like if he like stayed, because he's a talented actor. If he stayed the course, he'd probably be like a fucking award-winning actor right now.
Yeah, man. Nigga was in the movie with Beyonce.
Yeah, right. Like he was in
a movie with Jack Black.
I don't know if you remember, like he had like a TV sitcom like in the early 90s when he, like, I forgot the name of it, but like he was like one of the sons, like they kept trying to recreate the Cosby Show or like recreate Roseanne. And like he was on one of those shows. Like I don't remember if it was like, it wasn't the Red Fox and Delarice show, because that was what's his name?
That was the Royal Family.
That was the Royal Family. But like Mos Def was on one of those shows. And I'm like, and I remember it because I watched it, but like, yeah, like I don't know if it was the show Thea with Brandy or not, but like it was one of those shows that he was on like early on and shit like that. So I just find that shit super like interesting about Mos Def. Like he, like his career could be completely different, but I think he would have got fed up with that shit anyway. He eventually would have been like, nah, fuck this shit.
Yeah, true. I mean, shit, he did get fed up with it.
Yeah, he did.
Just really
he turned into Big Africa from that movie Bamboozled.
The word, he did. The misconception though is that for some reason people feel like, or people think that this album is the Roots' first album, and this is their fourth album.
Yeah, it's their fourth album. I think it's because this album was the one that got nominated for Grammys. Like You Got Me really, really crossed over. So it got them attention that like they didn't have before.
And then I think, which album was Break You Off?
Coming to Break You Off. That was the second album after this one.
Yeah, that was the one after. That was in 2002. That was another really big moment for them too. But they've had big moments, but they're pretty like spread like apart from the other.
I want to go to a Roots picnic one year and like see like their jam sessions.
To go. Anytime it happens. I remember the time that I actually bought tickets.
It wasn't the pandemic?
2020, yeah.
I think we all did.
Yeah,
I bought tickets too.
Bought tickets to that shit and was like, we
was going to drive down.
Ashley bought tickets, everything, and we were going to go, and it was a dub. But I do want to try to go. And then the last time that I was going to go, D'Angelo was going to headline. I was like, I have to go. And then he dropped out. They never said why, and we know why.
Okay.
But yeah. Let's see here. Double Trouble, Common. They got a Common feature on here.
Niggas just in the studio just doing their thing, bro.
They just was just going door to door in that studio, just like lending raps to each other.
I said that this one was probably like the emotional centerpiece of the project.
Common's hook on this and Black Thought's delivery on this is really what makes this like heartfelt. And then elsewhere we got Beanie Siegel, real Philly on this album. We got Beanie Siegel.
Beanie Siegel and Black Thought grew up together. And they were like in like a group together early on.
Yeah. So I really miss when beats sounded like this, man.
Yeah.
Huh. I know he was trying to use AI to kind of tap into this again, but I don't think I don't think he needs to anymore. It's done, bro. It's don't do it. Don't overextend yourself. Don't overexert. The legacy is there. We thank you for it, but nah, he don't need to do that. But otherwise, really, really solid song.
Right.
And then, you know, obviously we got to talk about You Got Me featuring Erykah Badu and Eve. The hook was originally Jill Scott's.
Right.
You remember, if you recall, and which she wrote actually. But on Versus, she played her version when Jill Scott went against Erykah Badu.
Which is funny.
Fire Versus. And then Erykah Badu played her version.
Yeah.
It was just like, damn, like this is...
I low-key kind of like Jill Scott's version better.
I like Jill Scott's version a lot. Speaking of Jill Scott, did you hear her new album?
I did. I gave it one listen, but I need to give it some more spins.
Yeah.
But it's a good ass album. I wanna like see her live.
So, yeah, man. Her tickets for because I was trying to go see her live. Tickets for Blue Note went really fast.
I believe it
when she did Blue Note. So I was like, all right, well, it is what it is. Maybe I'll catch her another time. Hopefully,
she'll be back. I'm pretty sure she'll be back.
And then
the sweet spot. I'll tell you this much: the sweet spot is probably going to like other cities, like lesser cities or whatever like that, and just biting the bullet because the tickets are probably
that's true. I mean, I like to see these artists in cities that they're from, so I would love to see Jill Scott in Philly.
Oh my goodness, yo.
But I know tickets are gonna.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you wilding.
Yeah,
I've come to learn that. Like, I learned that through wrestling because I go to wrestling matches in other cities. I've learned that it's a lot cheaper. So I could assume that's the same with like artists. Like, I have a goal for Sarah. If Beyonce does go on tour again, like they're saying she does, I'm gonna take her to Kansas City to see Beyonce at Arrowhead Stadium, because that stadium is like one of like the loudest stadiums.
Oh, dope. Okay.
So like I'm gonna go to Kansas City and hopefully like the tickets are like okay.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's another city or whatever. It's not a major city.
Valerie is such a big Beyonce person that like,
get ready to buy them tickets.
She wouldn't mind to go to that with y'all. If it was in Kansas City, you said?
Yeah.
She's from Kansas City.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit. See, I wasn't even trying to line you up.
Yeah. So if that was to happen, I mean, shit.
All right. Well, good to know.
Man. So there it is. But
Fresh. We talk about our relationships on the podcast.
Oh,
our listeners know.
So yeah, let's see. Is there any other highlights on this album for you? Anything? Or actually, tougher question: is there anything that you found unnecessary on this album?
Actually, no, and it's rare, but all 18 tracks felt like it was necessary. It kind of flows. Like, I'll be honest with you, I listened to the album and not forgot I was listening to it, but like I kind of got low like in my day, like research, doing my re-listens and stuff like that. Every time I listen to it, like it would loop back around to the beginning.
Yeah, I think a lot of what stands out to me on this album is just them as a collective. Like, it never feels like, you know, I don't get enough of Black Thought or like the instrumentation or Malik B. Like, everything is like together, right? There's a lot of like, you know, they work together so well. It's just a well-oiled machine. And there's no intention on like stepping out without the other. Like, it's a collective for real. You know, like you hear that with other groups where you're like, all right, this person is the fucking star. This person, you know. So with this, it's refreshing, especially in an era like 1999, where you had a lot of albums and nothing sounded like this, you know. But you have a full on, like, you got, like I said, like Beanie Siegel and Erykah Badu. Like, it's such a well balance of features.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah, same thing for me. 1 through 18, there's nothing that I will skip on here. So I'm interested to hear your verdict.
Oh, you ready for it? 4.5 out of 5 waffles for this album.
Okay. So why not the 5?
Why not the 5? I'll be honest with you, like it's not an album that like screams like classic or like pivotal album to me. It's just like a good listen. So like, and it's like the production is good, the lyrics are good, the the stories behind whatever some of the songs are good, and the features are good, but it just doesn't scream like classic pivotal changing like album to me. Like when I think about this album, I don't think about 1999 or think about like how it could be like good now or anything like that. But it is a really strong album, and I think it's Ru's best album. So you know, like it's not. I wouldn't put it in like that like classic echelon or whatever like that. You know how I am with like rating albums is like classics.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, does it hold up to Illmatic? Then I'm like, you know, like if I can't argue that is like that, and that's just me. I'm not saying everybody's supposed to do that. I'm just saying like how we all have ratings, how we do things differently or whatever like that. And to me, this is just like a fucking incredible album that I think everyone should listen to. I even recommend this album to white people.
I think this album, I can give this album a 5.
Okay.
I think it's such a great listening experience, and it never feels like I live in it for too long. Like it's just right, you know. And a lot of these albums that we revisit, you'll notice that they're long as fuck. Like the album that we just did before this, it's like, damn, why is this album so long?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't necessary.
And then you fast forward to albums of today where they're either really long or they're really short. Right.
There's no
Bruno Mars just dropped a 9-track album.
Right.
Baby Keem, 10, 11 songs.
Right. And they'll be 30 minutes long.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so like this feels like it has a message, and it feels like you need the whole extent of this album to get that message. So I do encourage you guys to check out this album. And if you have, which I'm sure a lot of you have, if you tune into our show, let us know your thoughts. Let us know your rating. And with that, I'm First Class Reg.
Hold on.
What's up?
I'm so sorry. You can't end this. I got one question and I forgot. I put this in my notes. Is Questlove the boogeyman? Is Questlove the imp? Like so, and like there's other rappers that I would put in that category. So that's Jadakiss, Eminem.
You said Questlove.
I'm sorry,
Black Thought.
like a Black Thought. I'm
okay,
sorry.
okay.
That's the red wine talking. Yeah. Like would you put him in that tier? Would you put him in the boogeyman tier when people are talking about rappers and you be like, but what about Black Thought?
Yeah, I would, but like not in the battle tier. Just if I'm just talking about rappers, just like rappers that like are good, you know, like, and we just talking about rappers that like are dead nice. It always has to be somebody that throws in Black Thought.
Right.
You have to.
I was just asking because, like, okay, so because like I put that boogeyman tier as like Eminem, Jadakiss, Andre 3000, like where like a rapper don't want to rap after them.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
for sure.
I just wanted to know. Now we can cap off the episode.
So so let us know if you consider Black Thought one of those rare air boogeymen of the bunch.
Let me know.
And if you listen to this album, let us know what you think. I'm First Class Reg.
And I'm Taurian B.
And we're out of here.
We'll catch you guys next time. Dun dun.